Hey guys, I want to touch on a topic. AI will replace your team. How many times have you heard this? There is so many conversations around AI replacing jobs, and here at NewOrbit, we often hear the worries and fears that people have about AI. And it is true, AI is reshaping how we work, which makes it easy to assume it's here to replace people. But the reality is far more nuanced. In this short video, we want to acknowledge those concerns and replace some of that anxiety with fact, showing how AI, when used well, can actually augment your teams and empower people rather than sidelining them. Here's the simple truth: AI works best alongside people. It's brilliant at the repetitive rule-based tasks that slow us down, and it's terrible at the human element of what you do. Things like creativity, judgement, empathy, and also gaining stakeholder trust. Think of AI as a teammate that quietly takes the boring 10% off your plate so your people can focus on the 10% that only humans can do. For example, moments of insight, invention, and care. These are usually things that make a real difference. And this isn't just feel good talk. Independent research backs it up. The International Labour Organization found that whilst most jobs are exposed to automation, very few are fully replaceable. In other words, tasks may shift, but the human role remains central. There is also studies from Stanford University and MIT that shows when people use AI assistants, productivity increases and so does job satisfaction, particularly for less experienced colleagues who effectively gain a coach in their corner. In real-world experiments, these teams saw the biggest gains amongst the newest or least experienced members, and you've got to ask yourself why. It's because AI gave them instant access to the kind of know-how that normally takes months to learn. That means faster ramp up, fewer mistakes, and noticeable boost in confidence. Okay, so let's make this practical. We work with a finance team who were exhausted by month end. Every cycle felt the same: long evenings buried in spreadsheets, manually reconciling data across systems and double checking matches, just hoping that nothing slipped through the cracks. Morale was low, not because the team lacked skill, but because they were drowning in repetitive work. So, we introduced an AI helper to take the first pass, flagging mismatches, proposing likely matches, and generating a clean, auditable trail that the team could trust. What happened? The analysts got their hours and headspace back, and one team member told us it was the first month in years where they actually had time to think. Instead of firefighting, they focused on the work that truly mattered: variance analysis, scenario planning, and telling the story behind the numbers back up to the stakeholders. And yes, job satisfaction went up, not just because AI replaced their work, but because it gave them back the meaningful part of their job. Right, let's look at how we could go about implementing AI in an empowering way. Co-design with your people. Engage your employees in selecting and testing AI tools. Start by asking them which tasks they dislike but can't avoid. Those are often the best opportunities to smart augmentation. By involving people early and co-designing, trialing, and refining together, you build trust, uncover edge cases, and ultimately achieve far better results than if you were just to get new AI tools and just simply hand them down from above. Another thing we can do is invest in training. Skills are so much better than tools. Offer short role-based training and practical prompt patterns so people can get the value from AI on day one. Skills compound faster than software, so the quicker people gain confidence, the faster the whole team will accelerate. Pair the training with safe space to share prompts and what not to do moments. This will help shape a culture where learning will just spread naturally. Here's another great tip. Start with a focused pilot and measure what matters. Pick one or two high friction processes and run a restricted pilot with clear guardrails. Track the outcomes of this pilot with your exec team, and then only graduate from pilot to scale when the value has been proven and repeatable. And another very important aspect of this is tell the human story. Often shine a light on AI assisted achievements, for example, things like the case has closed faster or the proposal has been won. or even something as simple as we served our patients sooner. When people see peers winning with AI, fear fades and momentum builds. At Native, this is the playbook: people first change, practical guardrails, and measurable wins. It's not about replacing talent, it's about amplifying it. And one final word to your teams: AI will not steal your job, but someone using AI might. So let's all become that someone, not to work harder, but to work smarter, with more time for the parts of the job that make us proud. If you're a leader wondering, where do we even begin? Just begin with reality. Start where your people feel friction today and give them support for the tedious tasks that drain time, energy, and patience. Then step back, because the real transformation isn't in the work that AI changes, it's in the work it unlocks. When repetitive tasks shrink, we all know that capacity grows. Focus returns to the problems worth solving and the ideas worth building and the humans that are worth saving. Native wants you to know you can reach out if you want guidance in your AI journey. So let's embrace this change and put a positive light on AI assistance.